And we're also brought to you by Onnit.com. And what a coincidence that Aubrey from Onnit is here.
Yeah, buddy.
Well, that's crazy. Why don't you tell everybody about the latest shit? Because every time I turn around, there's new stuff. There's Himalayan sea salt, which... Is that any better for you than regular sea salt?
It is, actually.
It is?
So Himalayan sea salt, the deal with that is normal sea salt, they artificially produce it, and it's sodium chloride.
It's artificially produced?
Yeah.
So it's not really coming from the ocean?
They just bond the chemicals together. And what happens is...
What? They call that sea salt?
No, not sea salt, but just regular table salt, like what you'll find at your Denny's diner or whatever.
Okay.
You know, that kind of... And what they did is they found that people started getting mineral imbalances when they created that and having health problems, particularly from the lack of iodine that people were acquiring mostly from their salt. So that's why you get iodized salt, because they threw that back in there and like, all right, well, at least give them iodine back. But what they're missing is the 81 other trace minerals that are found in a natural salt, like the Himalayan salt. So it has about 80 more minerals than regular salt. It's a great source to get your mineral content. And in addition, the reason why the Himalayan is most preferred is because the deposits are like 300 million years old. And that's before there was pollution. That's before big old ships dropped petroleum, bombs into our waters and polluted the sea salt and everything like that. It's just a really pristine deposit of salt because it was back in the days where there was just volcanoes and dinosaurs and shit. Yeah, that's it. So, pterodactyl poo was like that was the problem back then as far as pollution.
So when you buy, let's just be clear about this though. When you buy sea salt though, if something says sea salt, it has to come from the ocean,
yes.
right? Okay.
Yeah. So sea salt is pretty good.
Because we kind of said that accidentally earlier. You were saying they make it, but I think you just meant table salt.
Table salt.
Table salt.
Yeah, table salt.
So the difference between sea salt and Himalayan sea salt is what? It's just more nutritious?
It's
the most nutritious?
Yeah, it has a lot of mineral content. You can kind of see that in the pink color
it
of it.
looks
That's
cool.
the mineralization from it. And so a little bit more mineralization and a more pristine deposit. And it tastes better too.
Really?
Once you start using it, it doesn't have that sharp bite. Salt has a real bite to it. This just has the flavor of salt. So you can actually use a little bit more salt.
Do you use it when you grill?
I do.
Because I use kosher salt. That's what I've always used for grilling.
This will be better.
Really?
Yeah.
I have a fucking formula, though. I know what I'm doing.
Yeah,
Damn,
well,
I don't want to mess with my formula.
Just sub it
All right,
out.
I'm going to try it out this week. Now, what about Killer Bee Honey? Is that any better than regular honey, or is it just badass?
It's just badass. It's just
Talking about before the podcast, and it's fucking so legit. I'm drinking this Starbucks coffee, and man, does it taste like shit compared to bulletproof coffee.
Yeah, it really does.
That is a mycotoxins, ladies and gentlemen, something that I got alerted to by Dave Asprey. Dave Asprey of bulletproofexec.com. Fascinating guy with a lot of knowledge when it comes to health and wellness and optimum living. And he sells this stuff called Bulletproof Coffee. And what it is it's coffee from a single source that is cultivated and maintained to be mold-free. And you're like, what do you mean mold-free? Yeah, that's something I didn't know about either. Most coffee that you buy has mold on it. And, I'm tasting this right now, and it tastes pretty fucking shitty in comparison to this bulletproof coffee. Because last week, I stopped drinking any regular coffee and just went 100% bulletproof. And the mycotoxins, really can affect you. They affect your stomach. They affect the way you feel after you drink coffee.
The crash.
Yeah, the
really
crash.
It's like it adds on. It compels from, the caffeine is going to leave your system, but the way that coffee has that kind of savage crash, it feels like that's from the toxins.
Yeah,
I
feel
go to
very
a toxin-free
different.
coffee. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel very different. That's really fucking disturbing to me. That Starbucks is essentially selling poison. Ooh, don't sue me. I'm just allegedly. Allegedly. Why listen to me? What do I know? I already told you in the beginning. I'm going to tell you a lot of false shit. But it would be nice if they didn't sell coffee that was fucking bad for you.
Agreed.
I didn't really know. A lot of people, when you drink coffee and you feel like shit, you don't really understand what's going on. But you are drinking poisonous fungus. It sounds ridiculous, and it sounds like you wouldn't be hearing about that from the Fear Factor guy. You're like, that would be some shit that would be in the news. That would be some shit because so many people go to Starbucks. That would be some shit that we would know about. It is. It's real. And this thing exists not just in coffee, but also in corn. I've been researching mycotoxins online after having that conversation with them. Some disturbing shit. But if you try out Bulletproof Coffee. Are we still selling it cheaper than Dave Asprey is? Is he upset?
No, same price. Same price now.
He didn't like that, though. We were selling it cheaper than him. But it's fantastic coffee, and I swear to you, it is different in its effect on your body. And you really need to try it to understand what the fuck is going on. The stuff's not cheap, but if you can find some other version where you can be sure that it's microbe free, I suggest go with that then. Do whatever you can, but get that shit out of your life. Like, I'm not going to finish this because it tastes fucking nasty now. I got a venti Starbucks. I'm not going to finish it. And that's how much of an effect. The Bulletproof Coffee, what Dave's formula for Bulletproof Coffee is really fucking interesting. And what it is coffee, and then he takes MCT oil. And MCT oil is also something that we sell at Onnit. And MCT oil is coconut oil that gets thrown through a centrifuge. It gets spun around like wicked fast, and it isolates the most nutritious aspect of it. And then they take that out, and then he adds this MCT oil to the coffee along with grass-fed butter. And you blend that bitch
and
up.
Check it out. Throw a scoop of hemp force in there, and it is delicious. Delicious. That is the secret. Ooh. That is the secret. Aubrey Marcus' powerful move.
Oh, that's a
make
new
that
move.
one scoop.
Have to try that.
About 12 grams. So what we're doing here is, it seems like we're adding a lot of these random things. Basically, what we're trying to do is we're trying to create a comprehensive program that can help people on the supplement side, on the fitness side, and give them some key staple foods that they can replace some of their other poorer quality foods with, like the salt, like the coffee, like raw honey. And the key about the killer bee honey is it is raw. And the way that you digest that with the natural enzymes included and the minerals, way better for you than processed cooked honey. So all of these different food sources allow you to replace some other crap that you have. Tonka bars, our natural buffalo and cranberry bars, take those and throw out your Slim Jims or whatever else you're snacking on. It's just going to be a better alternative. So that way on the food side, we're not going to have every food. Your staple diet, you're still going to have to go out, eat nutritious, drink your kale shakes, do whatever you can. But on some of the staples and some of the additives that you're normally putting in your diet, we're helping to provide a better alternative for that. And then, of course, on the supplement side, we've all talked about that a lot, but trying to create high performance, highly densely packed nutritional supplements around a certain issue, brain, mood, sports, whatever we can think of that we can pack together as many, powerful ingredients in one formula